Oh, hi guys, this is, sorry, I fell asleep, that's all. So, enjoy this video, and yes, wearable technology, eh? Ah! Hello and welcome to a new video, and I'm going to talk about Steven Moffat's top 10 Doctor Who episodes he has written, and I am going to include two-parters into the mix. I know it's only classed as one episode, but I'm just going to do it like that. One of the episodes is from a two-parter, but the other parts of the two-parter wasn't good and didn't live up to my standards, so I'm just including the first part of that. Now, Steven Moffat has done some really bad episodes in his run of Doctor Who, such as Hellbent, what a lot of people didn't like. Some people did like, but it was just, people was calling it the Clara show because they kept bringing Clara back after she got killed in Face the Raven by the Raven. What I thought was a good departure for her, and there's lots of controversy. Is Steven Moffat running out of ideas? But he's leaving now, and we have to face the facts that he has done some amazing episodes and done a lot for Doctor Who, so I thank him for that. He has done quite a few bad episodes, but he's done more good than bad. So this is the top 10 Steven Moffat episodes. At number 10 is the two-parter Dark Water, Death in Heaven. I wasn't going to put this in my top 10, but I love Dark Water so much. It is very dark. Missy being introduced as the Master, I thought was done brilliantly well. I didn't really like it when Missy kissed the Doctor. I thought that was a bit strange and not needed. But when she killed Osgood, I thought that redeemed her a bit. And she's very quirky and very evil. And I just like all the expressions she does and how eccentric she is. And she's such a good actor. And recently seen her in World Enough and Time and Dr. Falls. She is a brilliant master, and if you watch my top masters ranking, worst to best, Missy is at number 3, so I really do like her. Yeah, Dark Water was better than Death in Heaven, no doubt about that. The Sandmen were good. The introduction to Missy was good. People when they're dead actually feel being cremated. That it got so many complaints to the BBC by people. It was so funny, but it was probably just little kids' parents. Anyway, number 9, the Pandorica opens the Big Bang. I wasn't going to include this in my top 10 too, but it's one of the episodes what got me into Doctor Who. It was the Big Bang and Father's Day. There were some of the first episodes I watched, and that's when I got into Doctor Who. And I'm a big Whovian now, and I go to all the Comic Cons. I've got all the DVDs and everything, and I'm just obsessed with Doctor Who now. But these were the episodes, and this was good timey-wimey. This was before timey-wimey got stupid, in my opinion. Sometimes Steven Moffat just goes too far for no reason, and he doesn't add to the plot whatsoever. But this two-part was just brilliant. I love Matt Smith for the whole Fez and the mop and teleporting everywhere, and I thought it was really good, and the timey-wimey was used so well, and I liked the whole Stonehenge Dalek thing, and the Doctor did a speech, the Stonehenge speech, and it was just brilliant. I love that two-part. Number 8, Deep Breath, the introduction to Peter Capaldi. It was done so well, a good introduction to Series 8. A lot of people didn't like Series 8 for some reason, probably because a lot of people wanted a younger Doctor, but we got an old Doctor. But in my opinion, I'm saying it now, Peter Capaldi is better than Matt Smith, just because I think Peter Capaldi's had a lot more good speeches and strong episodes. They've both had bad episodes anyway. I'll talk about that in my comparison of the Doctors. I like them both anyway, but Deep Breath, the introduction was absolutely brilliant. I love the whole thing of him doing that eyebrows in the mirror with the homeless guy. It was just so funny. And when the Doctor was testing Clara and left her on her own, Clara was really clever and had to hold her breath, and the half-face man was so creepy. I really like Jenny, Drax and Vashta in this episode. I thought they were brilliant. And yeah, we're going to go on to number 7, the 11th hour, where it's the introduction to the 11th Doctor. Now this was way better than Deep Breath because it was so fun, and Steven Moffat, it was his first episode of showrunner, because he started running it from Doctor Who Series 5 It was done brilliantly well. I really like the enemies in this. They did feel like a threat, up in the sky, sending signals down to us. I really liked the exploding TARDIS at the beginning. The Matt Smith's acting was perfection, and it was just everything about it, especially the music by Murray Gold. I Am the Doctor. It was never used so well. It was so good. Number 6, what has just been added to this: World Enough in Time and The Doctor Falls. Yes, this is a recent episode from Series 10. If you haven't seen it, there are spoilers in this. It is absolutely amazing. Bringing back the Mondasian Cybermen from 1966. I really like this. They were very scary. They were used well. I know Bill was brought back and a lot of people didn't want to do that, but I thought it was a good story arc, and then tying that into the pilot, I thought it was good. John Sim was back. It was like he never left, and Missy and their chemistry was brilliant. That speech with the Doctor, Bill was outstanding in this. Plenty of action. It was one of the best grand finales Stephen Moffat has done since I don't know, since maybe series 5 or something like that. Anyway, number 5, The Empty Child and the Doctor Dancers. Now this is just amazing. I never looked at Gasmask the same again. This is one thing Stephen Moffat is good at. He can pick the simplest things and make them scary. Are You My Mummy getting repeated was so scary. The episode itself, Christopher Eccleston's acting, and they were introduced to the one and only John Barrowman's Captain Jack, who is one of the best companions of all time, in my opinion. I met him at Comic-Con. He's a really nice guy, and yeah, it was just a brilliant story. I really like him. Both parts are good as each other, in my opinion. And the scarring and when you saw the face morph into the gas mask, it was just so freaky. And now we are going to go on to number 4, Silence in the Library and Forest of the Dead. Now this is a great 2-parter. River Song is introduced in this. This is actually at the end of a time sleep because she dies in this episode. It's really clever how they do it because she meets the 10th Doctor's first. A lot of familiar faces in this episode who are very famous, like him out of Baydom. I forgot his name and it's not coming back to me. The Vashta Venada was so creepy. They're actually bringing him back in that new Big Finish with the 4th, 5th and 6th and 8th Doctor. It was just such a good 2-part. It was so strong. Great story. Really like Donna in this. Donna is also one of my favourite companions. It was just such good. And the shadows, again, Stephen Moffat doing something what you could never make scary. He does it. It was just brilliant. Number 3, fan favourite, Blink. Yes, the Weeping Angels Stephen Moffat created, one of the best Doctor Who enemies ever. Don't Look Away and Blink. It was just a great set. The house was so scary. Sally Sparrow was a great character. It was funny, it was scary, it was creepy. I've talked all about this before, so we're just going to go on to number 2, Heaven Sent. Yes, Heaven Sent beats Blink because Pete Powdy's sing What Is Worth an Oscar. He was astounding. The episode, the music from Murray Gold, the whole sets in they filmed it in Cardiff Castle. The veil was creepy, you couldn't see it, it was coming to him slowly. Him breaking through the wall to get to Gallifrey. Heaven Sent was a great standalone episode, one of the best episodes of New Who or of Doctor Who of all time. It would definitely be in my top 20 best Doctor Who episodes of all time because I've seen them all. It was just brilliant. Peter Capaldi's acting, it never went slow, and it just shows you what the Doctor's like when he's alone. And then before we go on to number 1, I'm just going to tell you some mentions. Zygon Inversion was another great episode with the Doctor Speed. The Magician's Apprentice and The Witch's Family was a good Davros 2-part of the Daleks were in it much, but they were mainly fan base. The Husbands of River Song, Astronauts, The Day of the Moon was a good series 6 opener. A Good Man Goes to War was also good. Listen, I was going to put this in my top 10 but I didn't. The pilot was a good introduction to Doctor Who series 10 and The Time of the Doctor was good. Number 1 is The Day of the Doctor. Stephen Moffat writ a great 50th anniversary episode with John Hurt, who has recently died, but was really sad. It was really amazing just getting Tom Baker back in the bit at the end with all the Doctors. It was just all the Zygons, and they did a 2-part of the series now I thought was good. And Unit, coming back and everything about it was just such a special and good experience for the people who witnessed it in the cinemas, and it just brought all the Whovian fan base together, and it was so well written. And yeah, we got to see the Time War, and it was just such a good episode, and we saw the first glimpse of Peter Capaldi. So that's my top 10 Stephen Moffat episodes. What's your favourite episode? Tell me in the comments below. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe for some more Doctor Who content and vlogs yet to come. I've got a Doctor Who experience coming very soon, a Chester Zoo vlogs, and lots more. So yeah, goodbye.